This is the second video in the series on creating a class diagram for the manufacturing plant controller system. If you haven't yet seen the first video, you should go back and see it now. So in the last video, we highlighted various words and phrases in the small statement of requirements. The nouns mostly were colored green, and they're mostly going to become classes. We also highlighted a few things in blue that look as though they might become associations, and a few things in yellow that look as though they might become attributes. The next thing we want to do is we want to take the items that we've listed as classes or as potential classes and to make a list out of them, sort of to organize our work. So I've done this, and I've also started a little bit of the work of highlighting these items and sort of focusing in on which ones I think might be more important. These are all the words that we'd highlighted in green. Let's take a look at some of them. Production process. I haven't committed to that being a class yet. It seems that production process is probably more likely to be the algorithms and computations that go on in this system. So I'm not sure that's going to be a class yet. If we have manufacturing plant as a class, then it would be a singleton. A singleton class is a class with only one instance. We may not need that, so it's not central to our system yet. We have mechanical device, and it says that this system is producing mechanical devices. So it seems to me that mechanical device and product are probably very similar. And I'm going to put here equals question mark product at this point in time, because it probably is going to be the product. We're certainly going to need to manage assembly lines and products, and these runs which produce products. And it seems that we have this distinction between product and product unit. Units are the actual items that are made, and they are going to have as attributes things like the serial number. And then we have these products. I'm going to make a change now to follow a very common pattern. I'm going to call these things product type, and I'm going to simply call this thing product or product unit, but product is probably a good enough term. Okay, so a product type is going to have an attribute something like the description. Okay, the description of the kind of product that we're going to make. Product is going to have a serial number. We make 25 of a particular product type. We're certainly going to have these production steps that I talked about. There's going to be robots that are going to be allocated to go on the assembly line. We're going to have parts, probably going to be a class. I'm leaving that a little bit aside for now because that might be an association. There might be a relationship there. We're going to have suppliers who are going to sell us some of the items that we're going to use. Parts are going to be put in bins for the robots to pick up, and there's going to be this assembly process that goes on. This might, however, be a process as opposed to a particular class itself. And then we're also going to have orders that we have to make. So this is a first cut, listing the classes, thinking about them a little bit more. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make an attempt to pick the classes that I think are going to be the most important classes in this system. I suggest you pause the video just for a couple of minutes and think about which classes you think are going to be the most central and important classes, because those are the classes that we're going to start focusing on in our class diagram. Okay, I've assumed you've paused it a little bit and now you've resumed the video. Let's think about it for a few minutes. This seems to be all about making products. So it seems that this class, product, might be one of the most important classes. Quite likely. Product type might be another important class. Certainly those are key classes that we're going to be producing. So why don't we now move over and put these classes in a class diagram. Okay, what I've done is I've opened UMPL Online. UMPL Online is the tool. You can go to it at tried.umpl.org. And I'm going to use this tool to build a class diagram. So to start, I'm going to click on a class, the class icon, and I'm going to say here, product. Okay, that's the first class that we put into our system. Move it up a little bit. I'm going to pick another class. I'm going to call it product type. Product type. I'd like you to think for a little bit what the relationship, what the association should be between these two classes. You've put two central classes in. Hopefully there's going to be an association between them. I suggest you pause the video just for a moment and think about it. What will be the association? Well, let us draw the association for a second. Click, click. There we go. There's the association. Now, Umple Online has put in many to many. We are going to have to change that from many to many, and in order to do that, we're going to have to go and display the textual pane of Umple Online, because Umple Online, you can only edit the multiplicity with the textual editor right now. Okay, so right now it says that a product has many product types, and a product type is the type of many products. I would suggest, logically, that the multiplicity should be 1. Product has one product type, and a product type is the type of many products. That would seem to be a reasonable choice. I'm going to pause this video now. This is the end of video 2. What I'd like you to do before you watch video 3 is to think about what other classes might be put down. Just sketch a little bit, a few other classes and a few other associations. Take maybe 10 minutes to think about it before you watch video 3.